Apparently for you guys, I'm always doing something. Honestly, at this point, I think I should have political immunity because you guys keep bothering me and I keep killing most of y'all. So I would appreciate if you guys gave me the courtesy of leaving me alone. I think the only thing to do now is basically just collect from all my properties and purchase the final place. Purchase the final property, which I don't remember where it is, because I've only just woken up and it's way too early in the morning for these cops to be pursuing me. These guys haven't had their coffee and donuts. So we purchased the movie studio. I already purchased the 2 clubs, the shipyard, the ice cream factory. Yeah, the Blister Compact, super underrated. This car is really good, actually. I mean, it's not the fastest, but honestly, it handles really well. Can't go wrong with the Blister Compact. I think this is based off like a Honda or something. Yeah, you see, I'm trying to figure out where I'm supposed to go. Ah, okay, now I remember. We have to go to the printing factory, and I think that's where the story moves forward. I don't even have remotely enough to even purchase that factory. What I could do is collect more revenue, but first, before I do any of that, you guys are really annoying, man. I think the only thing I can do at this point is basically just get the cops on me, get a tank, do some vigilante missions, because I find that probably the most profitable way to make money in this game, because you guys are helping so much right now. Running between the properties and trying to collect cash takes too damn long. Oh shit, actually I already have 6 stars. I wasn't even paying attention. Wow. The point is just not to die. You guys are wasting too much taxpayer money. Come on. Okay, so there's a tank right there. That is bullshit. That is one thing I absolutely hate about this game, that they can do things like that. Wow. Alright, like, I'm really tempted right now to put in a weapon cheat, but I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna spare society because I'm a good Samaritan. I'm not gonna spare this guy. That was the biggest load of bullshit I've ever seen in my entire life. That's another thing I don't understand, that the cops get like some type of speed boost, which is kind of annoying because sometimes this game really pisses me off. Yeah, I think that's gonna be one of those cases right now. But they're honestly annoying the hell out of me right now. I'm outgunned right now. I only have a pistol in my hand and I don't even have anything else. Now I'm gonna even the odds. Finally, 6 stars. That was a lot faster than before. Okay, as long as I avoid the military truck and I don't get shot with the M16, I think I should make it out alive. Where are the tanks? That's what I'm wondering right now. Let me get the hell out of here. Got the tank. Now I just need to lose the cops. I think the best course of action right now is to take it to the dealership, hide this thing over there, and then start the missions from there. Yeah, those helicopters, they're like indestructible. I don't know how many times I've shot them with a tank and they never go down. But yeah, I shoot the pilot with a sniper rifle, and for some odd reason, that's the only way to take them out. Alright, all I have to do now is not run over anybody. Now, once I get the armor, I'll go back to the dealership, pick up the tank, do some vigilante missions, maybe try to make like 100k at least, and then from there we will buy the property. Yeah, I could grab a star right now, but I don't think it's gonna make a difference. Yeah, as I start eliminating all of these where the hell did that guy come from? Yeah, as I start eliminating all these criminals, basically the wanted's gonna just keep going up and up. The only thing I can do is just mitigate it. If only this thing was faster. I would do this thing in a attack helicopter, but I think the only way to get that is through like 100% of the game. But at that point, it's pointless because I already have beaten the game. I think my biggest problem with San Andreas, even though we're playing Vice City right now, is the hit detection. For some odd reason, they never fixed it. They never fixed it. You'll be going like 100 miles an hour in a vehicle, and out of nowhere, if you crash into like a pedestrian or something like that, like you lose all your momentum. They never fixed it. And to this day, I still don't know why. And I don't even know if anybody's even addressed it. Yeah, hit detection in this game has always been really weird. So this is what I'm talking about with the hit detection. I don't know what the hell is going on with this. I think I need like 70k or so to purchase that property. So yeah, I ended up buying Battlefield for PC. I know some people are probably gonna be like, what the fuck are you doing, man? That game is complete shit. Honestly, I really enjoy that game. I think I've talked about it already on my channel, but yeah, I actually really enjoy that game. I'm the kind of person that doesn't mind grinding for like other weapons and all that, and I don't really care for camos, to be honest. I always leave my gun stock. I don't really like all those bright colored neon green camos that you that some people put on their guns. I'm not really into that kind of stuff. Even in Black Ops, I never did that. I do wish that they modified the map rotation. Yeah, I find the map rotation like a problem. Like, it's just either 2 or 3 maps that basically just get rotated, and after that, like, I don't get bored of the game at all because I try like every class. I mostly just stick to the medic class, and yeah, and for me, I don't think there's anything that is better than the medic class. I mean, I do like assault, and engineer is good only if you really want to operate like tanks most of the time in the match. But even with that, everyone hogs up the tanks and the airplanes, and I'm not much of a pilot, so I barely touch the planes. I barely touch the helicopters. Tanks are fun, but sometimes the physics for the tanks are like really weird. I was gonna buy Elden Ring for PC, but then I was thinking to myself, I already have it on PS5. Spent $700 on the PS5. Might as well just, you know, actually use it. I was thinking about getting Metal Gear Solid Delta, but I like Metal Gear, but I've never been like super into it to the point where I get obsessed with it like everybody else does. I did like Metal Gear Solid 5. I did like how open-ended that game was, but even that game, I got kind of bored of it simply because like they don't, the gameplay doesn't really change much other than what they already have. Now, worth to talk, Splinter Cell versus Metal Gear. Gameplay wise, I think Splinter Cell is like way better, and obviously story wise it's Metal Gear Solid. Now, on the topic of Kojima, I played Death Stranding. I played the first one actually. I had to like somewhat force myself to actually finish the first game. I wouldn't say it was bad, but you really need to like sit there and actually like watch the cutscenes and try to understand everything. Yeah, I got obsessed with like setting up zip lines between amongst all the facilities. I got to like a point where I couldn't make any more, so I was trying to figure out like how the hell am I gonna do this across the map, because I've seen videos on YouTube of other people basically making an entire infrastructure of zip lines, which is pretty cool. You know, I was trying to replicate something similar to that, but I was never able to. And the thing is, I only started doing it after I finished like the main story and everything. I did say I was gonna stop like at 100k, but let's do maybe one more would be fine. Yeah, honestly, Death Stranding is actually a really good game. It's different. I like the direction they took with the game. I want to play 2, but I'm afraid that I'm just not gonna like get into it like I did the first one. I will say that the vehicles, although they're cool and everything, they make the game kind of boring, and I think that's the point. Well, maybe it is. Well, I feel like maybe to me it was. I think my brother told me this story about a guy who went into a military base, stole a fucking tank, and basically proceeded to drive it in the street and caused like a shitload of property damage. There's like a video of it on YouTube. I think it happened like in the 90s, and eventually they got him to stop, and I think they put him in prison for like not even that long, to be honest, especially for the crime that he did. Like, dude, you robbed a military vehicle, went and caused massive property damage. I don't think anybody was killed, but from what I do know, he caused a bunch of property damage. Like, he ran over a bunch of vehicles. I don't remember exactly what the hell he did, but all I know is that he stole a tank, and I was just thinking about that right now. Well, now we purchased this, and I was gonna buy Spider-Man, but I decided against it simply because like I had it in my cart and everything on Steam, and then I decided at the last second, like, yeah, you know what, this is not happening. Like, I want to play. I watched a bunch of reviews. Usually I never watch reviews for games. I kind of just look at gameplay. If I'm not feeling it at that point, if it's not something I'm gonna enjoy, then, you know, I don't really buy it. I played the first Spider-Man, which I really enjoyed, but then I was hearing like all these things about like poor optimization. I was hearing another thing where the story was basically a lot of walking around and a bunch of hand holding, which I don't really like, and that the story is like really short. You can finish it in like 12 hours, and that the game as a whole is like 40 hours long. Like, yeah, you know what, I'd rather just wait for like a sale where the game is like $20, then I'll pick it up to justify the purchase. I was gonna get Elden Ring, and I decided, yeah, I'm not gonna get Elden Ring because I already have it on PS5. There's no need. I decided to get Battlefield, and I really enjoyed the game. And yeah, like my PlayStation Plus was about to expire, so I decided, you know what, I might as well just get it on PC because I played the hell out of that game, and you don't even gotta pay for a subscription on PC, which is like one of the good things. So, you know what, I decided, yeah, why not? If I like the game, I'm gonna purchase it again. Resident Evil 4 is like a game that I purchased so many times. Yeah, I bought it on PC, and I'm talking about the OG version. I bought it on PC, I bought it on the PS2, I bought it on the freaking GameCube, I bought the greatest hits version on PS2, I bought it on PS3, I got it on Nintendo Switch, and I had like a version of it on my phone, which was hilarious. And I bought the remake, which I do think is really good, but I don't think it's better than the original. But that's a conversation for another time. But yeah, I will eventually buy Spider-Man 2, but it's not going to be right now. I like to divide my time between at least like 3 games. So Battlefield is like one of my games, GTA is like another, and then I got Elden Ring, which I haven't touched yet, which I will do at some point. But anyways, back to the feature presentation. So basically Tommy is gonna start creating counterfeit bills, and I think he's gonna try to pay Sonny with that, if I remember correctly. Before I even do this, let me go and repair this vehicle because I need this thing fresh. At some point in the future, I definitely want to play Bully and like Max Payne and just like run through like a bunch of Rockstar games. Resident Evil Requiem looks pretty cool. With me with Resident Evil, it's like I wouldn't say it's a love-hate relationship, but it's definitely like it's mixed for me. Yeah, I really liked Resident Evil 4, but I really liked Resident Evil 5. Was it better than 4? No, I still think 4 is the best one. I think that's like a really popular opinion these days, but Resident Evil 4 really was that damn good. It was ahead of its time. After that, everybody started doing the over-the-shoulder camera shit. This is what I'm talking about with this game. It has such weird physics. Like sometimes I'll go over like a curb and the car will just basically... What the hell's going on here? Yeah, I should have brought the tank for this. I don't know why they always give me a yellow bike. I don't know how many times it has to play that music. Like, I already know I passed the mission, man. Yeah, but with Resident Evil, it's like a mixed bag for me. I never touched the remakes of Resident Evil 2 or 3. I played the OG versions. Yeah, Resident Evil for me has always been a mixed bag. I like Resident Evil 4. I liked Resident Evil 5. I never touched 6. 8 that I didn't like. Resident Evil 8. I didn't like Resident Evil 8. Who the fuck keeps calling? But yeah, with Resident Evil, it's a mixed bag. I really do enjoy the series as a whole, but I don't like how action oriented the games have gone. You know, I think Resident Evil 7, they did a good mix of having it be like horror but at the same time be like an action game. And I think Resident Evil 4, a lot of people criticize the game but at the same time they praise it. I feel like Resident Evil 4 did a good mix of it, but I feel like it was too campy. But at the same time I really liked the campiness of that game. Like, I didn't like Resident Evil 8. I think I already mentioned that like a few times already. Yeah, I didn't like Resident Evil 8. I thought that game was complete crap. I played it maybe like twice and I never got past like the factory. I feel like they were just trying to replicate Resident Evil 4 but like in a first person perspective. And I would say the graphics were really good and everything, but I feel like that game was way overrated. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and I will see you guys next time. Later.